Hey everyone, welcome to Mexico. I'm here at Baja Bible School. My name's Dan Silver. I'm Dean of Students here, and I just wanted to make a video about just talk about safety, the situation here in Mexico, and give you a little bit better idea of the context that we find ourselves in. I know there's a lot to read about and look at in the U.S. media, and I just wanted to give you our perspective from on the ground. I had a lot of questions when traveling, and people calling us and saying they're worried about us, and I just wanted to let you know, as far as things go for us here, there's a real normalcy to life. We haven't seen anything, any kind of violence, or we haven't been ducking bullets. So we're living pretty normally. We had some groups come the last couple of weeks, and they had a great time. Went to the parks. Shopping malls are full. Guys playing chess in the parks, and clown shows, and we go to taco shops and eat on the street, and things have been pretty normal for us. So let me tell you what I know, and and tell you who we've talked to about this here in Tijuana and what we know. Tijuana talked with Caravan Ministries, Ventana Ministries, Mexico Medical Mission. Not talked to, but heard from and about a More Ministries experience through other people. And I've talked with Spectrum Ministries. And these are all ministries that host in the aggregate, over 1,000 people a year, probably several thousand a year, including ours and all the others. And we have yet to find one leader of these ministries that has even knows anyone that's seen or heard of any of the violence that's being talked about. So the ministries aren't being targeted and are not being affected. The only effect has been people being afraid to come down, as far as all of us here in Tijuana are concerned. Here are the facts. About in the last year, 2008, was unprecedented in terms of violence in Mexico. Over 6,000 deaths were related to drug trafficking in Mexico, and probably about 800 of those in Tijuana. According to the police chief, a couple months ago, was quoted as saying that 95% of the deaths that have occurred in Tijuana were bad guys related to the drug cartels. What's happened in Tijuana basically in the last year or two, I think about a year and a half ago, one guy who was part of the existing Tijuana cartel, the Arellano Felix cartel, broke off. His name is Teodoro Garcia Cemental. He broke off and he allied himself with another cartel in Mexico. And so there are two cartels here now. And they're just fighting each other. And they're just killing each other in often gruesome ways that make headlines in the U.S. And but it's between those guys, and they're not targeting people like us, not targeting ministries. In fact, a couple days ago, the mayor of Tijuana was at an event, sporting event, and he was talking to some people, and he said that he knows of no tourists from any country who have come into come into Tijuana and have been killed as a result of this. So there have been some news. There was a young guy that was killed a few days ago over spring break, and nobody knows the circumstances surrounding that. If what was going on there, if he was drug seeking or if he was innocent. I mean, could be he was innocent. We don't know. But there's been very, very little of that we've seen. So we're cautious. We take normal precautions that we would for any big city. We don't go out walking alone late at night. We usually go different places in groups, and just normal things, normal prudence. Let me read you a couple quotes of people who were here last week and the week before for our experience weeks. These are people who had never been to Tijuana before and who were a little bit intimidated by coming here. And these were actually two mothers who came with their kids. First one is Leticia Morgan from Astoria, Oregon. She said, after the day before she left, she said, "I felt like this was a safe, friendly, and welcoming place to bring my teenage child. I would have brought any age child, really." Leticia Morgan, Astoria, Oregon. Second one is from Sherry Pickle. She came with her daughter Bailey, college-age daughter. "My daughter felt led to come to Baja Bible School, and my first thoughts were to forbid her to go. The problem is she is an adult, and if God calls her to go somewhere, she needs to go. I came with her to see for myself. I had heard all the terrible things on the news about Mexico, and we as parents were very concerned. So we came knowing the Lord is with us always. As a parent, I personally saw no evidence of what has been running on the news channels, nothing to alarm me, worry me, or cause any fear. I feel fine with my daughter or any of the other young people returning to Tijuana. So those are two people who are nervous about it and left not worried about it at all. And that's been our experience. People are worried about it. They're worried about it. They come here and they go, oh, yeah, there might be violence, but life is actually pretty normal, and we're not seeing it. So I'm not trying to downplay anything or downplay what is happening here, but what I'm trying to emphasize is we haven't been seeing anything, and a huge group of us in ministry here haven't seen anything, nor the volunteers that have come down. Our daily lives are normal, and we're not targets. So those are the things to remember and put in context when you're seeing the stories. A couple quotes from Homeland Security of the U.S. Alonso Pena, who is the attaché to Mexico from U.S. Homeland Security, on March 13th in a Associated Press article, said, quote, "The violence there is not in Mexico is not as dangerous to U.S. tourists as has been portrayed." He said the violence is in isolated areas of the country and affects only the people involved in criminal activity. He said the violence is not affecting U.S. citizens visiting Mexico, and Americans should not cancel their vacations in the country. So there's a little perspective from Homeland Security. If you want to read more, please come to our website, bajabible.org. The site on safety actually kind of needs to be updated, but it's from October. It'll be still good to read. bajabible.org/bbs/safety.htm. And then another one that's from a ministry that we've worked with a lot and built a lot of houses with in East Tijuana. They have a really good article on safety. That's at mexicocaravanministry.com/driving tips. So those are good to read. And yeah, I want to invite you to email me and ask about it. My email address is dan@bajabible.org. I'd love to talk with you about safety. I'd love to talk with you about the school. And in fact, any of you who are viewing this, I'd like to give a personal invitation to come visit, to set something up with us to visit. Email me, dan@bajabible.org. And if you're a family or you're a student that's interested in coming to the school in the future, please come visit and see for yourself. And we'd love to host you for a weekend or a week, and we can set you up with some volunteering while you're here and a short-term mission trip. We also love to have church groups come down, and we can set you up with some projects while you're here, both on our campus and off our campus. And we'll treat you well, and we all speak Spanish, and we can take care of you while you're here, and you have a comfortable place to stay here on our campus. So please send any inquiries my way, dan@bajabible.org, or give me a call, 808-781-7861. Hope this finds you well, and hope this helped give you some context for the situation here.